Could you imagine if Dale Jr. ran a Dale Jr. Budweiser car in the mid-2000s? I tell you what, man, the fans at the track would have went nuts. Here's Kevin Harvick's 2019 Busch Harvick Beer Ford Mustang. Howdy, folks, it is Diecastbuffet here again, back with another NASCAR Diecast review. Today's card is going to be Busch Harvick Beer Ford Mustang. Now, this is a playoff card that ran at Dover in the round of 12 of 2019. And this was a funny paint scheme. This is a card that was teased on social media. They made a post, I think it was on Twitter, and they were like, we're tired of giving Kyle Busch or Kurt Busch sponsorship, you know, with it saying Busch on the hood. So they said, we're going to sponsor our own driver. We're going to promote our own driver. And of course, they put Harvick on this side. And the cans of beer they sold at the track that day, that weekend really, all said Harvick on it. So if you're a Kevin Harvick cat and you picked up one of those beers, I'm telling you, don't open it, because it might be worth something one day if people still watch NASCAR 30 years from now. But I tell you what, it was such a funny race car to see. You know, I never would have thought in a million years we would see a race car, right, that has the driver's name over an alcoholic sponsorship on the racetrack. Now, sure, it still has the beverage and all that jazz on there, but you go back to the Keselowski cars that they made, it said Brad Keselowski on the side, or the Dale Jr. ones that said Dale Jr. Those never hit the racetrack. You know, they were in the video games, sure, but they never were on the racetrack. This was actually ran in a cup race in the playoffs. Very creative promotional sponsor, collaboration with its driver. I mean, the Millennial car, the Gen X car, the Harvick Beer car. I mean, what sponsor connects to the fans better than that? That's something that a lot of fans really enjoy. I tell you what, man, when Busch took over the sponsorship placeholder for Budweiser, the same brand, but just, you know, sub-brands, right? You know, Anheuser-Busch. I tell you what, I thought it was a bad move. But what they did is they connected with the millennials, and that was the smartest thing they could ever do. Here is Kevin Harvick's 2019 Busch Harvick Beer Ford Mustang. Let's get it out of the box. Brand new, out of the package and off the base. I tell you what, man, I cannot stand bases on my diecasts. I can't stand it. I'm sorry, I can't stand it. Here is good old Kevin Harvick's Harvick Beer diecast, and wow, there's so many times that I will say this, and I will continue to say it, that the Busch paint schemes are easily the most detailed race car in NASCAR. I mean, the background on these cars are just unbelievably beautiful. And if you think it's good on a diecast, you can only imagine a 124 or the actual race car itself, the high quality print. I mean, it's pretty much a photographic background all the way around the race car, and I think it looks fantastic. The blue, the baby blue, it's like a sky blue, right? It's like a Claritin blue, you know? You can see on the commercial, they're all jumping around with balloons and crap. That's basically what this type of blue is, and I tell you what, it's beautiful. Over here to the nose of the car, you got Harvick Beer, born in... Oh my god! That's perfect! So folks, this is marketing genius at its best. So it says Harvick Beer, born in California, but the actual race car, this is the 2020 Busch Light, by the way, brewed in the USA. I love that, man. Harvick Beer, born in California, Busch Light, brewed in the USA. I tell you what, man, it just makes me happy when you have sponsors that are willing to do this type of stuff with a driver. And you want to know what that reminds me of? It gives me so much nostalgic vibes to the early 2000s with Michael Waltrip, where they made those funny commercials together, where they would make fun of Mikey every chance they could, and Mikey was okay with it because he's a goofy guy. Busch understands social media terminology. They understand making a meme is a great way to get trending, and stuff like this really sells with the fans. It sells with me, and I'll never freaking drink. You got this really bad overlap here, and you got a really bad overlap here. Now, I get it, it's an extremely hard car to wrap, if not the most difficult, because it's so many fine pixels that just, if one pixel is out of place or overlapping, it's extremely noticeable. If it was all of a blue, if it was just a blue car, the only thing you would notice is the freaking logos. But no, when it's a very detailed pattern in the background, it's very easy to notice it. So you got Ford right here, you got Mustang, bright neon green spoiler and splitter, and it's a lot more potent on camera compared to off camera. Off camera, it's a little bit more subtle, and not really subtle. It's definitely a lime monster green, but on camera, it has that fluorescent look, and that, again, is designing genius right there, folks. That is designing genius, because these colors are supposed to reflect different on camera. Anyways, you got Mustang right here, you got Stewart-Haas Racing, Moog Edelbrock Sunoco, got the number 4 here. Really cool looking paint scheme, though. I like it, man. That is beautiful. So over here on the left side of the car, you got the Round of 12 badge right there. I don't know why, but why is Kevin Harvick's name on every freaking diecast like this? I'm sorry. Look at this. It's freaking almost over the B post, Lionel. Come on. I don't know if it's Lionel at this or it's Stewart-Haas Racing, but someone needs to have a sit down with Tony Stewart and say, look, this looks ridiculous on your team's diecasts. You got Ford, you got a bullet hole there, you got Mobile Wine, Haas, Alsco, Hunt Brothers Pizza. You got his 3 race winning stickers, which of course is for New Hampshire, Michigan, and the Brickyard. This was ran at the Fall Dover race. Mobile Wine, Harvick beer. Don't know what that is. Don't know. Well, that's exalted. It's got a slash through it. And you got Rush Truck Centers. You got Haas, Jimmy John's, American Ethanol, and you could just really see the detailed background of this paint scheme. It is just gorgeous, man. I love how the paint scheme is just not bland, like it rotates around the car. It's like a panoramic photo, and they just wrapped it around the whole car. It's beautiful, and it feels like it has like a depth of field, like the Ford's here, but the background is swaying to the back of the car, and then it comes closer after it passes the Ford, goes over the fender well, then it kind of woes back out. It's a 3-dimensional optic illusion, in my opinion, and it looks beautiful. You got Mechanics Work, 3M, Lincoln Welders, Goodyear, got a chip there. The whole trim line down here is a little bit too high up, so you could tell this whole side was a little too high up because you could see the overlapping here. You could see the B-post decal, all wonky jaw, and yeah, that's just Lionel quality. Over here to the caboose of the diecast. Wow, check out that lime green Mustang spoiler. Harvick beer, Mobile One, Ford, number 4. Very nice, very nice. And then over here to the right side of the car, I mean, what the heck's going on here, guys? I mean, like, for real. Is that a freaking paint chip or what? I mean, is that a paint chip? Yeah, that's a freaking, no, it's a decal chip, okay. Sometimes you get, like, these layers of, like, blue decal that just sticks on crap and you can just scrape it off. No, that's a freaking hole in the wrap. Great job, Lionel. See, that the 12 here is all wonky jaw. You got the name over the B post. I didn't know they started doing that. I guess they started doing it at Dover in 2019. You got the number 4 right here. I got the Harvick beer. It's a little bit low quality, but it's very, 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 very fine pixels, so that's understandable. Just, wow, man. That bugs me, man. That really bugs me. We got Harvick. It's just funny, man. It says literally Harvick on a freaking diecast. I love it. The roof, you got the number 4 once again, the white, gold, and black number. You notice it's the same on the doors as it is on the roof. A little bit taller on the roof, you know, of course, because it's got to. I got Jimmy John's there. A little bit of a small logo there, to be honest with you. I kind of like that. Beautiful baby blue across the lid. And you got Kevin Harvick on the name rail. And then you got Harvick beer with a terrible background color. That's something that's very potent. You can see the background on the logos, and it's extremely off-key. You can really see the background on this, and but it says Harvick beer on the deck lid. Anyways, folks, that is it for today's review. Let me know what y'all think about this 2019 Busch Harvick beer Ford Mustang. Very grateful to have it. Very cool looking diecast. Sure, we got some quality issues, but nonetheless, I'm still grateful and appreciative to have it. Very cool looking car, man. The lime green spoiler and splitter. It's so different to see on this race car. And I have a feeling, guys, I have a feeling this thing is going to be a rare car in the future. Anyways, folks, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you're having a great one. Follow me on Instagram at Diecastbuffet. And with all that being said, folks, Diecastbuffet signing off.